Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm doing a Vendread deck profile. Now this deck is a really fun, pretty budget zombie deck that is really interesting and can actually U-Link in certain builds. I actually didn't lean towards the U-Link build because we don't have the new Vendread Link monster quite yet when I'm doing this deck profile, or it hasn't been announced. So I'm basically focusing around just being able to OTK my opponent and control the board with a awesome zombie deck. This deck can really OTK your opponent super fast and be able to summon out a whole horde of zombies and just be able to swing and swing and swing until you win. And it's really easy to control. So anyways, guys, let's get straight on this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell in there so you can become a part of the notification squad, and we'll get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Vendread Slayer, which is basically the main boss, I guess you could say, of the deck. All the ritual monsters, I guess, would you count as boss monsters, but when this card is ritual summoned by using any ritual Vendread ritual spell card, once returned, this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation. You can banish a zombie monster from your grave, and then it gains 300 attack. So it goes up to 2,700. And if this ritual summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. If you do, send a Vendread monster from your deck to the grave. So it kind of foolish burials it, and sometimes I'll even link this away just to get that additional ability off. 2 copies of Battlelord. I really love the effect of Battlelord. I wish it was on both players' turn though. But its effect is that when it's ritual summon, you can banish a Vendread card from your graveyard to declare 1 card type, either monster, spell, or trap. And for the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects with that type. And if this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a ritual monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send a Vendread monster from your graveyard or from your deck to the grave. And then for the final ritual monster, we play 1 copy of Vendread Executor. When it's ritual summoned with any ritual spell that has a Vendread ritual spell, you can also, this card also is treated as Vendread Slayer while on the field, which is pretty cool. I wish it was treated as Vendread Slayer while on the field or in the grave. And then when it's ritual summoned, this card on the field, your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects except this card. And if this ritual summon card is destroyed by battle or destroyed by an opponent's card effect, in the monster zone, you can add a Vendread card from your deck to the hand, which is pretty cool. It searches literally any Vendread card, but ththese are the big boss monsters of the deck. Then for the other Vendread cards, we play 1 copy of Vendread Revenants. This card is if this card you control is destroys an opponent's monster, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect and sent to a grave, you can special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's really cool because it kind of comes back and it reoccurs like a good zombie would. And then if it's used for the ritual summon of a Vendread card, it gains the effect. The Vendread monster gains the effect of that. Once returned, you can target a special summon monster your opponent controls and banish it. That's what makes Vendreads really good. Like, on their own, they're kind of lackluster, but if you use, like, the zombies to summon them, they gain additional abilities, like they mutated, which is really awesome, and I love that ability of them. Then I play a copy of Hound Horde. It's used for the ritual summon of a ritual Vendread monster. You can target a spell or trap on the field and banish it, which is really cool. And if it's in your graveyard, you can discard a Vendread card to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field, which is really nice because it just reoccurs. Then I play 1 copy of Striggs. It gives a Vendread monster, after the damage calculation of it battling, you can draw a card, then discard a card, and if it's in your graveyard, you can reveal Vendread in your hand and then special summon it, which is pretty cool because it can help you with link fodder. And then finally, I play 1 copy of Vendread Core. I just play 1 of each because I'm only going to use their effects usually once anyways, and they reoccur so easily. You can banish, if this card's in your grave, you can banish another zombie monster in your grave and special summon it. And then it lets a Vendread monster get the added effect of your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So it makes your Vendread ritual monster untargetable if you use it for the ritual summon of it. I really like these because you can like use them in conjunction with any of these. I don't play Anima because I just think it's kind of silly. Then I play 1 copy of Gozuki just to kind of foolish burial stuff to the grave, and it really helps me in that aspect. I play 3 copies of Mizuki. Mizuki is just here because it needs to go in every zombie deck at 3, in my opinion, because it lets you get out zombie monsters so easy from the grave. It's like Monster Reborn, and they all send cards to the graveyard really easily. 3 copies of Unizombie just to kind of send extra stuff to the grave, and it's my tuner of the deck. 2 copies of Shiranui Solitaire. You just use these to summon out your Unizombies. It's like playing 5 Unizombies. And then I play 1 copy of Goblin Zombie as well. Goblin Zombie is interesting in this deck. Like, I just kind of teched it in. When it's sent to the graveyard, from the field to the grave, you get to add a zombie monster with 1200 defense or less from your deck to your hand, which really interesting thing, the majority of your zombies in this deck actually have 1200 or less. Like your Revendread Slayer has 0, Battle Lord has 0, and your Executor has 0. So you can add any ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and the only one that you really can't add from your deck to the hand, I think, is Hound Horde. But every other zombie you're able to add. The only one you're not able to add is the hand trap that I play, and that's 3 copies of Ash Blossom. You can't add Ash Blossom because it has 1800, although it is a zombie, which kind of sucks. But the quick thing about Ash Blossom, you can play any hand trap you want. I say this in every video, but you can play any hand trap you want. I just play Ash Blossom here because I have them. You could play Droll, you could play Effect Veiler. I just like Ash Blossom because it negates so much stuff. So that's it for the main deck, or that's it for the main deck monsters. Let's get into the spells really quick. It's a really fun budget deck. I really wish they would have done a couple more things with this, maybe give us another ritual monster, but I'm kind of excited for the Link monster. So let me play 3 copies of Call by the Grave. You need this in the deck because it's zombies and you're calling people to the grave. I know, bad pun. But you play 3 copies of Call by the Grave because you don't want your opponent to hit like your Mizuki in the grave and negate its effect, or hit your cards that are going to do other things in the graveyard, like hit him with an Ash Blossom or a Ghost Bell. Like, you want to be able to stop that with Call by the Grave. I play 1 copy of Dragon's Mirror. It's just too easy to summon out Dragon, Necro, Nether Soul Dragon in this deck, so that's why I play 1 copy of it. Then I play 1 copy of Vendread Charge. You just send a zombie monster from your hand or face up from your field to the grave, and then you get to special summon a Vendread monster from your deck, any Vendread monster. I wish it said ignore summoning conditions and then summon ritual monsters for days, and I play this at 3, but you can just summon out like Striggs, Hound Horde, Revenant, or Core. So that's what I played as a 1 of in the deck. Then I play 3 copies of Revendread Origin. This card is used to ritual summon any Vendread monster, and then also you can tribute monsters from your hand or graveyard, and then also tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or banish zombie monsters from your grave whose total level equal or exceed the effect. And if you're going to summon Revendread Slayer you control would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card instead from your grave, which kind of protects like Return of the Dragon Lords. Then I play 2 copies of Revendread Revolution. You could probably bump it up to 3. It's a really good ritual spell, but I feel like with the amount of searching I do in this deck, I only need the 2 anyways. But this card can be used to ritual summon any Vendread ritual monster from your hand or graveyard, and you must tribute monsters from your hand or field, or send 1 Vendread monster from your deck to the grave whose total level equal or exceed it. So like that's why I play 2 copies of Battle Lord, because I can send a Battle Lord to summon a Battle Lord. And if the ritual monster is destroyed during the end phase, which kind of sucks, of the next turn, I kind of hate that ability, but usually when I use this card, I'm going to OTK anyways, so I'm not that worried about it. Then I play 3 copies of Pre-Prep of Rites, and 3 copy or Prep of Rites, and then 3 copies of Pre-Prep of Rites, because you can search out Revendread Slayer with Origin, because it specifically lists him on the card. And then this just brings back Vendread Slayer, because he just reoccurs so much, and it brings back your Origins and Revolutions, or Evolutions, really easily. So, that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. And I do play 1 trap in this deck, which I'll show you. I play 1 copy of Vendread Daybreak. Now, the reason I play this is because it's just such a good control-based card. It board wipes your opponent. If your opponent controls more cards than you do, you get to choose a ritual monster that's a Vendread monster, and you control and destroy all cards on the field except the chosen monster, but it can't attack directly, and as long as it remains face up on the field, which is okay, but it just totally board wipes the opponent, so it's a good one-of just to kind of control the thing, and all you have to do is have to have a Vendread, and your opponent has to control more cards. So if they start doing some really crazy plays, you just activate this and just do all sorts of shenanigans. So it's a good one-of. I probably wouldn't play it in more than 2, but it's a good one-of in the deck. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of Vampire Sucker. This goes in every single zombie deck for obvious reasons. It's the zombie and generic Link monster, but it's just a really good card to play as 2 of in the deck. 1 copy of Wee Witch, because a lot of the stuff I play is dark, and it makes my Vendread Slayer go up to 29 upon summon. I use this quite a lot. Cerberus, just to pop monsters. Phoenix to pop spells and traps. Unicorn to bounce stuff, you know, as usual. Borreload and Borrel Sword to OTK really easily. Dragon Necro Nether Soul Dragon, I have to say this is a big MVP of the extra deck, because being able to summon this off of Dragon's Mirror, just being able to just summon it and then swing and get a token and then swing with the token again, is just a really awesome play. I really love that about this card, and I love playing this in zombie decks because nobody really plays it, and it just takes one slot in your main deck and one slot in your extra deck to summon it. Because all you have to do is play Dragon's Mirror because it counts as a dragon. It requires 2 zombies, so you just banish 2 of your useless zombies that are engraved and summon it. 1 copy of Beals because you can summon it really easily off of your Unizombie. 1 copy of Void Ogre because again it's really easy to summon off of Unizombie. 1 copy of Omega. It's not a zombie deck without Omega. 1 copy of F.A. Dawn Dragster because it's really easy to do this. Plus, like, you normal summon out Unizombie, and if you have Hound Horde and Grave, you can reoccur the Hound Horde and special summon it onto the field, synchro them away, and summon Dawn Dragster, and then you have a negation on field as well. So it can help you with negations. Baguska and Exciton Knight, you could replace these for literally anything you wanted to. I like to be able to stop my opponent to kind of build my hand up and be able to blow the whole board because zombies revive from grave really easily, so I play Exciton Knight. So anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed this one. This deck is really, really easy to build. It's really simple to play. It's just a really good ritual deck. And it's pretty cheap, to be honest. Nothing in the deck, like the boss monsters, are really inexpensive. Like, you can probably get all these boss monsters right here for maybe like $3. Like, it's not hard to get these. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoy this deck. I really hope they give it more support in the future, like they did with Noble Knights, but who knows. So, anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell down there so you can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.